Carol with Carol B Crafts. Welcome to my Basket Bunch online class. The Basket Bunch online class materials are available now through March 31st. To participate in the class, you will need to purchase the Basket Bunch bundle, the dies and the stamps, and the Basket of Wishes stamp set. You will also need to use the current host code available on my website at www.carolbcrafts.com. You can get the class materials for this online class by purchasing these items through stampinup.com using the hostess code from my website, or you can purchase any other products with a retail value of $60 or more. There is a $9.99 shipping charge. In your Basket Bunch Bundle Materials Kit, you will receive the Succulent Garden DSP Collection Package. You will receive enough thick Whisper White cardstock for your card bases. And you will receive enough envelopes for your cards. There are 6 projects, and you get 2 of each project, so you'll end up with 12 projects total. You'll also receive, this is a sample of any die cuts that you need additional to what comes in your basket builder's dies. So you would receive this to make the card that we're making today. You'll also receive any ribbons and embellishments that aren't included in your packet that you might need to finish your 6 projects. Please be sure to check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, for any additional information on my online classes. Just look for the tab that says Online Classes. Let's get started on today's project. From the Succulent Garden DSP collection, you will need 1 sheet of Tip Top Taupe, 1 sheet of Sweet Sugar Plum. You will need 1 6x6 sheet of this particular print. And then from your card kit, you will need the envelope, the card base, and this particular thanks image that was prepared for you. I will be using the Sweet Sugar Plum ink, but if you don't have Sweet Sugar Plum, you could use a black or any other color that you think might match. We will be using the You Made My Day stamp from the Basket Bunch stamps, and it's right here, You Made My Day. We won't be using any dies from this set in this particular project. If you don't have the Basket Bunch class materials kits and you want to make this card, you will need Whisper White cardstock at 4.5 by 1 5/8. And you'll need, the thanks comes from the Hello You Thinlits dies, available through Stampin' Up right now. But I would encourage you to go ahead and make a purchase so that you can participate and have all the materials that you'll need to make the cards over the month of March. We're going to start with our paper trimmer and our Tip Top Taupe, and we're going to cut at 5 1/8. So we'll find 5 1/8 over here, and we will cut all the way down. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to cut 3 1/4, and then 3 1/4 again, since we're making 2 cards. And then this piece here, we're going to turn it to the 5 1/8 side, and we're going to trim that down to 4 5/8. Then we're going to turn it this way, clockwise, and we're going to cut at 1 3/4 of an inch, or 1.75. And then one more at 1.75. Next, we're going to take our sweet sugar plum and we're going to cut it at 5 1/2. And we won't need this part for this particular project. So then we're going to turn it clockwise and cut at 2 3/4, 2.75 inches. And then we need one more for our second card. And this piece we also don't need. Next and last, we're going to cut our DSP, and we need that at we need to cut that at 3 7/8. No, 4 7/8. Sorry, these too many measurements. It's confusing. Okay, 4 7/8 inch wide. And I don't think it matters which direction your pattern is going. So 4 7/8 inches. Don't need this. Then we're going to turn it clockwise and we're going to cut it at 3 inches. And then at 3 inches again, because even though it says 6 inches, it's not perfectly 6 inches. As you can see, it's just a little bit over 6 inches. Okay, we're done with our cutting. Next, we're going to use the things that came with our card kit. And this is our card base. It's made with thick Whisper White cardstock, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4 inches. And then we're going to fold it. I always like to match them up in the corner and fold it that way, so I know that I get it to match up perfectly. Because sometimes it doesn't like to match up quite perfectly. And then we'll take our bone folder and crease it. And we're done with our scoring board. Okay, so we have our base and all of our pieces of paper, and we actually are going to be making 2, but I'm only going to make 1 in the video, and then you can make the second one on your own. Watch the video again if you need to. So we'll just separate these so that each one has all the pieces that it needs. So we have our card base, the larger piece of Tip Top Taupe, smaller piece of Tip Top Taupe, our thanks, our sweet sugar plum, and our DSP. So we have everything we need for our card. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is put our sweet sugar plum on our front of our card. And we're going to use our snail adhesive to do that. And I'm going to use my little strip of waxy paper that's left over from the mini glue dots. This helps me to center my cardstock whenever I'm putting it on. Sometimes like this it's very difficult. So we're going to put it in the middle so that it's equal distances on both ends. And then when we think that we have it where we want it, we can push down on it. And now we have our first layer. Now next we're going to do, we're going to put the Tip Top Taupe behind our thanks. So we have our small Tip Top Taupe and our thanks, and it's going to go on like this. We're going to use our snail for that. And again, I'm going to use my waxy paper, my waxy strip from my mini glue dots, because I don't think I could do this without it. It would be very stressful. Okay, once I get it where I want it, I'll push it down. Then next, we're going to take our larger piece of Tip Top Taupe and we're going to put our flowers on it, our flowered DSP. And you may think I'm kind of silly for using this strip of waxy paper, but it's saved me a lot of money in ruined cardstock, so having to do things over. Okay, so so now we're ready to build our card. I'll put adhesive on the back of our large piece Tip Top Taupe, and I find it's easier to do it as at an angle. Okay, so let me get it adhered nicely to my paper. Okay, so let me move this around and get it on here. What we're doing is we're centering this over the sugar plum. Even distances on the sides and even distances from top to bottom. So it's right in the very center. And I think that's good right there. And yeah, it looks good. Although it looks a little off, which you know what that means. It's time to get out my little magic wand and we're going to replace that. And this could be done off camera, but I want you to see that, you know, mistakes happen and we can work with them. Okay, so let me get that just a little bit better. Maybe I'm too much of a perfectionist, I don't know. But if it's not perfectly straight, it will bug me and I won't be able to enjoy the card. Okay, that looks so much better. Alright, then lastly, we're going to put our thanks on. Now this edge of the thanks is going to be even with this edge of that layer, like so. And we can put it just about wherever we want. We could put it down here if we like that look better. I prefer it up here. It's about it's about 5/8 of an inch, maybe just a tad more. Not quite 3/4 of an inch. The top of this from the top of that. But you can eyeball it, and when you say, oh, that looks good to me, then you can just put it there. Okay, and then we'll use our waxy paper again, and I think I'm going to put it right about there. Let me get it. Like I said, I'm a perfectionist here. I think that's good. So, all right, we have all of our layers on. Now we're ready to do the inside. For the inside, we're going to be using the You Made My Day stamp, and it's going to be on a C block, and it's photopolymer, so I'm going to use my piercing mat, and I'm going to use the Sweet Sugar Plum ink. You don't have to push down too hard because this ink pad is really juicy. Okay, and then I'm going to put it just about right there. I always put my Stamp-O-Majig down just in case, but that came out perfect, so I don't need it. Better safe than sorry. All right, so we are ready to move on to project number 2. And you can go ahead and make the second card, and you'll have 2 beautiful thank you cards ready to give to someone that you want to show appreciation to. Thank you for participating in my online class, and I appreciate you, and have a great day. Bye now.